how do y'all think that as like red pill guys and stuff, how do we handle issues with our family whenever, because when you become red pilled, you become very different from normal people. Like the NPCs, you become very you can't relate. So like how are we supposed to handle these type of things? Is what's the solutions to it? And let's start on the left this time, just with Brent.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good solid test of your frame. I mean, I
Right.
remember when I first unplugged it a little over 3 years ago. It was hard, you know. I mean, I had to cut off my friends and old family for a while, but eventually, when I come, more true to myself, and I also remember how good it is to have family in your life. Eventually, you bring them back in, but a lot of times they won't accept your new mindset. So it's constant like a juggling act where
Hmm.
you need to be kind of like a normie and kind of red pill at the same time. So it's all about social awareness too.
Right.
So it's all about kind
Facts.
of putting yourself first, but it's also great to have your family and friends around you too. So like I said, it's a balancing act, you know.
I got you.
Definitely.
Um,
Facts, bro.
yeah, I would say like it goes back to what we saying, that utility, right? So having certain selective information, when to display it and when not to. So
Mm,
now, like I've told guys in our Discord that since you're red pill, now the light is really on you. The spotlight is on you. You're the definite leader. So people are looking to you. So you now have to be on your game because they're looking for guidance because everyone else is kind of unaware of what's going on. So when they look to you, they're looking for that guidance, that leadership, and that you're supposed to have as a man. So guys, understand that if you're consuming all this red pill content, with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle
Yep.
Ben told Spider-Man
Right,
that
right.
once he had his power at his young age, what he was on, what he was on, that he had the power to, change the world. So understand that you've been blessed with this red pill understanding. So now it's almost like you have to know that it's on kind of somewhat on you. So just have, around when you're around your family and they have these views and things like that, you have to go back to what my man was saying, Alpha Villains, when he was talking about um, the part where you got to make sure that I just lost my train of thought, but just understand that discernment. That's what I was gonna say. So discernment, just have discernment, social awareness of your surroundings, and then know when to act on certain selective information. And I think that would be the solution to the problem. Just understanding when and when not to apply it.
it's almost like we got to walk through the matrix, like
Yeah.
somebody that's plugged back in, and we have to act normal
Right,
while
and
we're
that's
plugged
yeah.
back
And
in.
in the movie, you could see that they would go into the matrix and come out, right? And they would have a strategy when they go back in, and some went in without a strategy, and they either got killed, their character got killed, or they just completely went back down to zero. So
Right.
just understand, like when you come into the matrix, like there's agents, there's people that can change. It's a lot of that. So be that person in the environment that knows how to dish out and when not to, so that way you can last as long as you can possible. Because like they mentioned earlier, we have this one life, we got to make it count and leave a legacy. What are they saying when you die? What are they saying about you? Were they saying, oh, he was just a prick, a dick type of person, he was on that red pill shit, so he wasn't really. Nah, I was the total opposite. I was the guy trying to help empower and improve people, and men and women. So
But the thing is though, I gotta
yeah, go ahead.
somewhat as of rebuttal. It's just like if that's who you are and that's how you live your life, then you need to live that all the way through.
Okay.
Like so, if you're this quote unquote red pill dude, then you need to ride that shit all the way out. If that's
Okay.
how you feel, you know what I'm saying. But if you're this thorough dude that is just like I hate this red pill blue pill shit, but it's just like so if you're just this blue pill dude
Right.
and you hold the door open for women and you love hoes and all this and that, but if that's who you are, you need to ride that shit out to the fucking end.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Because from what I've learned and I won't quit shouting these dudes out, Offie and AV. What I've learned, bro, is that you need to love yourself at the end of the fucking day.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, no one's gonna love yourself. No one's gonna love you. You like you may be that nigga, but your bitch won't see you like that until you see yourself like that, and then until you see yourself
Preach.
like that, and even when she sees yourself like that, you got to see yourself more than like that, because your bitch is just following you because of what
Come
you
on
think,
now,
bro.
come on now.
Because,
That's what I
because,
asked for.
Because that's what I'm talking about, bro. Because it's just like, you have to fucking love yourself. Like, you got to love yourself more than your bitch love yourself. Than loves you.
So then let me ask the
Thank you,
question.
bro.
So at some point, bro, like, you can love yourself, but what do you put on this planet to do? Procreate. So you have to be able to expand that knowledge of who you love into someone else at some point.
But
So
see,
when
that's
you
not
go
it.
when
That's
you
not
go
it.
when you go all the way through, a lot of guys don't know. They don't understand. So what's happened is that they have to have people around them to be able to share the knowledge. And like, it goes back to what he was saying. You got to know when and when not to say certain things. So to go all the way through, I wasn't red pill in the beginning of this. So I had to sit back, learn from people that had that information. And then what ended up happening was I had to gradually understand what was going on. I had self confidence within myself because I was around good enough people, but they wasn't really teaching and guiding me to the point that I am now. So what I'm trying to say is that at some point you're gonna be able to go all the way through, but it's the 5 people you hang around. If it's 4 red pill guys and you the one blue pill, at some point you're gonna stop and say, you know what, this shit, what I'm doing is not working. So when I surround myself around those people, now I can fully go through the whole way through. Now the guys that are blue pill, casualties of war, they're gonna stay blue pill for the rest of their life. And it's just an analogy. But at some point, what I'm getting at is that at some point you're gonna ask yourself, okay, when I first go through all of this, you can either take it or leave it. The people that want to stay blue pill, allow them to stay blue pill. I don't have to force them to be red pill. So as I continue to be that example, what I'm saying is that when you leave that legacy, you'll say that, damn, what I was doing may not necessarily been working, but what he was doing was definitely working. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So I don't know if you misunderstood what I was saying. I was saying that that's what it is. Like, you got to know you've been held with a great power, and that awareness. I don't call it red pill anymore. It's an awareness of what it is. So that's what I was talking about.
Can I say something? Or do you have something to say?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are both spitting facts, but let me piggyback on what he said initially.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself, and I think that when we talk about family, we have to understand that our mother's love is conditional. They say it's unconditional, but it's conditional, right? You got to be mama's boy. You got to do all that shit that is not necessarily congruent with quote unquote masculinity or red pill. This is something that I talk about in my new book, Masculine Compromise, right? You guys can find that on Amazon. Shameless plug. But what I'm saying is, a lot of our family members, right, when we were not raised to be red pill, were accustomed to us being quote unquote blue pill. But when we have an awakening, we come to this content.
Yeah.
They think there's something wrong with us, right? Quick example, I went to therapy for 6 sessions. It was not over a woman. And when I initially told my mom I was going to therapy, she was very happy for me. But when I came out of the therapy, my mother noticed that there was a change in me. Now, I've never been happier or more confident as a result of my therapy. However, my mother was a little taken aback by my confidence that she did not instill in me, me being a little bit quote unquote more comfortable in my masculinity. So what he's saying about loving yourself, you have to love yourself because we all understand that love is conditional, right? That's one of the quote unquote red pill mantras. Love is conditional. Fine. But what you're saying, my bro, is about the legacy. When you create a legacy, your legacy doesn't necessarily have to do with your mother and father. Yeah, they got the genes, but you're raising your family based on the shit that you learned from your family and your household. So what we're learning right now, if you guys choose the legacy route, you got to instill the values that you want based on the new information of the red pill, in addition to some of the positive things that you could take from your family. So we're all right. But at the end of the day, how do you deal with family when you wake up? You have to make a choice.
Yeah.
You got to choose
for real.
the person that your family is accustomed to and you being unhappy, or you have to choose your happiness and the new version of you, and then you put your family to the motherfucking test and see, do you guys love me or do you love the old me? And you got to make a choice. Like my man said, with great power comes great responsibility and tough motherfucking choices. Make the choice, bro. But at the end of the day, we turn it on and off. I can still be red pill and live it all the way, but I don't got to tell my mother everything.
Facts.
I can
Selective
respect her.
information,
Right. You know what I'm saying? I can selective information, like you said. So I can be respectful and whatever, tell her what she want, because the clock is ticking. My mother's 70 years old, so I'm gonna love her because she got, I don't know how much more time she got left. But when I leave her house, I'm still that nigga. Because when you open a door, don't make me a simp. It just makes me a nigga that know that I gotta open up a door and shit to get laid. So at the end of the day, guys, it's all about your mindset. What we do doesn't make us. What we think makes us.
That's
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you, and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.